All right. Hello again, adventures, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. This is daily vlog 2025, day number 7, I think it is. Is that where we are? Yep, 7. So, today, I, I have been thinking. I need a drink. I really like if I was just a smart YouTuber, I would get the drinks before I turn on the Kika camera. But I think it's very obvious from this is the state of this channel that I'm not smart in any way, shape, or form. So, I have been thinking. Remember that video I did 2 days ago? I think it was, where I go, yeah, success lies in its claim to another business. I talked about the idea that if you want, especially if you're a creative, if you want to turn your hobby into what you do for a living, then you need to treat it as a business. I had somebody comment and mention that they really liked the video because it offered a lot of really good advice. And the advice that I gave in that video is relatively generic. You know, go out, figure out how to run a business. Doesn't actually tell you much other than this is where you start. So I've been kicking around this idea of, again, for anyone that doesn't know, I have my official degree is I have a Bachelor of Science in Business Marketing Management. Like that is my official title on my bachelor's degree. And basically, what it is it's not technically a double major, but it's a combination major where roughly about half of my degree was focused on marketing and giving me the skills that would be necessary for me to join a marketing firm and work in marketing. And the other half was a project management degree, to the point where I missed out by one semester. One of the courses that I was taking would actually get me an actual license or a certification in project management. It was part of the degree was getting this certification in project management. But they decided to drop that aspect for some reason. It might have just been the cost of the test or something. But and they did that the semester before I took the course. So my degree, half of it is marketing knowledge, which I use a fair amount on here. I talk about marketing all the time. The other half was business management. Project management in and of itself is a sub genre of management. Business management in general is basically like how to run a business. Project management specifically is how to run a project. And basically what that means is it teaches you a lot of stuff about how to figure out how to break down a large project into small pieces, how to assign priority to different aspects of a project, how to figure out how much things are going to cost, stuff like that. So it's specialized in formation. Like a decent amount of the stuff I learned in project management would not really have helped me a ton in my retail management career because I wasn't doing quote unquote projects on a regular basis. Like the biggest quote unquote project I would have would be like, oh, we have to reset the store. We have to redo all the planograms and stuff like that. And it's not technically a project as far as project management is concerned, where I have to sit there and prioritize different tasks and deal with different teams and stuff like that. It's just a very large task that has multiple pieces to it. But part of my project management degree was learning your kind of standard business management stuff as well. So I was wondering, and this is going to be something that if I do not get comments that specifically state, hey, this would be something that would be interested to me. I'm just not going to do it because this is, first of all, a lot of work. And second of all, it is a very, very specific niche of information that a lot of people just won't be interested in. Would you guys be interested in me actually talking about the process of turning a hobby into a business? Talking about things like the different types of businesses, whether sole proprietorship, LLC, S corporation, C corporation, stuff like that. Kind of defining what all that stuff means. The difference between having employees versus using independent contractors. The idea of if you do create an LLC, or the process of creating an LLC, and what exactly you have to go through to do that. The process of if you do have an LLC, how do you get money? How do you pay yourself? How do you pay your employees? Things like that. Is that something that would be interesting to you guys? And again, this would specifically be geared towards taking a hobby that you have. Like for me, it would be like taking my YouTube channel and turning it into a full-time business. So everything would be focused on the idea, and I would probably frame it very closely to being a YouTuber. So when we talk about things like employees, well, if you're a YouTuber, probably the first quote-unquote employee that you're going to hire is going to be an editor. Like, editors are worth their weight in gold, and having a good editor is kind of necessary if you want to have a really, really high-quality channel. Every single big YouTuber you know has an editor, but a lot of them have multiple editors. So I would kind of phrase things and focus things on the idea of taking a YouTube channel, turning it into a business. Is that something that you guys would find interesting? Is that something that you think would be useful? With the caveat of I have never actually done any of these things. The entirety of my management experience, actual experience, I was an employee. So I've never formed my own business. I've always been an employee, but my capstone for my degree required me to start my own business. I had to come up with a business plan and create a fake business to show that I know how to start up a business and everything like that. So my knowledge would be technically theoretical because I haven't physically done this, but I know where to look to find like the current forms for forming an LLC and where to go to find out. By the way, LLCs are a state thing. They're not a federal thing. The IRS does not, quote unquote, recognize LLCs. So forming an LLC in Wisconsin, where I live, is going to be slightly different than forming an LLC in New York, than forming one in Pennsylvania or anything like that. So understand some of this stuff is going to involve me mentioning, by the way, this is how it works in Wisconsin. You're going to have to look up how it works in your state. But there are federal things that you have to understand, like getting an employer identification number, stuff like that. People that, if you've never heard of an EIN, you're probably going, what good is that? Well, if you want to have employees, you actually need that. If you want to be able to file taxes as your business instead of just a personal tax return, you sometimes need that. So anyway, I've been kicking around the idea for a little bit, and I don't want to go through all this trouble if no one's going to watch it. And another caveat, before every single video, there will be a disclaimer saying, I have a degree that I got almost a decade ago. This is not tax advice. This should not be considered legal advice. I do not have the qualifications to give you legal advice. I don't have the qualifications to give you tax advice. I don't have the. This is just for entertainment and informational purposes only. Please do not rely on this information exclusively to start your own business. You're going to probably want to consult with an accountant when you're filing your taxes. You may want to consult with a business lawyer at the beginning of if you decide to incorporate your business or anything like that. Like, those are all. I'm not a business law expert. I am not a tax law expert or anything like that. I'm just someone with a business degree. So, that being said, is that something that you guys would find interesting? Even if you're never going to start your own business, would you be interested in seeing what the actual process looks like? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, again, it's all for me today. I'll see you guys in the next time. All right? Bye-bye.